Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 90 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. I got a good one for you this week, so let's start with the progress report. As you can see, my net worth plus that of the corporation is now at 215 billion ISK. If you go at the tracker here, it's a whooping 15 bill more than last week. What happened? Well, I'm about to tell you. So you can see that the progression here is Tanak. I climbed about 1.5 bill. This is mostly ratting and mining. And the rest, the big progression is in Toy Company. And I'll show you straight away where it came from. I told you before that we had a special project in the making. Well, we now have a Fortizar here that we built ourselves, and that is anchored. So this is our brand new Fortizar. We are super pumped. It is incredibly cool to have that, and it was all built in Corp, so that is built from scratch in Corp. All the PI material have been bought back from members using a buyback program. We built it in our own structure here, assembled it and anchored it. Obviously the core had to be bought, but the fort itself have been built by the Alliance. So it is pretty awesome, and it's a game changer for two main reasons. The big one that we really wanted was the local market hub. Having our own market hub in the pocket is very, very interesting. It's so much simpler for ammos, for like day-to-day stuff that you need, than going through contract. So it does make our life a lot easier. And the other nice part about it is that you can duck cap. So we do have people that were waiting for this to start moving caps around and moving caps in the pocket. So that's really a big quality of life. And like on the financial part, well, obviously a fort is worth a lot of money, and some of the build job were under officers' names, so that's why you didn't see them last weekend. We got a good progression here. That's really like, we're not quite at the economic level we were at the end of Pure Line, but we've made up a lot of progress since the end of our Geminate adventure, our failed Geminate invasion. We're almost back to the level where we were before. So all in all, financial part, very, very happy with what happened. Everybody's super pumped about it. So that's it. Now let's move on to HR. HR, as you can see, we are now at 313 member in the Alliance. So that's a +5 compared to last week. Again, some people leaving, some more joining. Overall, we're seeing a stable, slowly climbing activity level, which is I would say, which is pretty good considering it's still the summer. I'm more worried about this in general. If you look at like the past day, week, months, the entire summer, compared to the year, it's a significant drop. So and I would have expected that this week, since school started back, we would see a little pick up in numbers, generally on Eve. We haven't seen it yet, so maybe the end of scarcity will do. I mean, whatever. I mean that I don't have direct control over, so for me, it's just a question of making sure that our alliance stay healthy no matter what, and we are growing even in a period of where the player base isn't. So I would say that it's pretty good for us considering everything. So 313 member. I do have a meeting with another corp on Sunday, which would add a significant number of players to our alliance. They're talking about joining. It's an industrial corp. We do seem to have a match. Our initial discussion and what they want to achieve, what we want to achieve. So because that's any type of merger, like any corp joining an alliance, you have to make sure that there's like a fit, a good fit in both in the alliance and the corp culture. So we have a second meeting on Sunday. We'll see how it turns out. That's it for the HR. War. Well, the coalition is still active in against Fire in Tenerife. So let's see what we have here. So there was a little bit of war, a little bit of entosing here. We do join some coalition ping. I have one here. Where was the battle report here? Which was a pretty good, pretty large battle where we were part of. So 200 against 137. I was there personally. We only had 5 because it was later in the evening. We didn't have that many people. We probably had like 8 because we usually have 3 guys at Flylogy. So anyway, this one went good for us. Was against Test plus a few people from Fire. Overall, I think we won the score on that one. A lot of small battle, but we weren't that busy with war itself because what we did this week is we helped the coalition a lot with mining our 64 moon because we are an industrial corp, so we do have a lot of people that enjoy mining and that like to mine. We were asked by the coalition if we could take care of mining our 64 moon. We did 3 moon this week, which kept us busy. It was pretty good money for the guys. So the alliance WOMP itself didn't make money because we were paying the tax for the coalition, and the member kept the rest of the profit. So, but it was very good for our member, and I've always been of the philosophy as an alliance director that rich member make for a strong alliance. So I'm happy that my guys had the opportunity to go there and to mine those that are 64 group. So we were quite busy with that. Also, well, the fort, we did have our own anchoring of that Fortizar and our market hub now, and overall our industrial setup is getting better and better by the week. Here, what I can show you here, it's EVI filter on industrial index. So great site, by the way. So I recommend that you check it out if you haven't. You can filter by various index, and I filter by manufacturing cost index. And here you can see the one pocket, and our production is split between 3 systems. We have one that is specialized in fuel and structure, one that is specialized in T1 ship, and one that is T1 ship and capital, and one that is specialized in T2 ship for invention and everything. So we spread over 3 systems. The way we designed this initially was to avoid the problem that we had with concentrating production in only one system, and the cost index would just jump too high and eat part of the profit. So by spreading like this over 3 systems, it's a lot more interesting. And as you can see, we've already pushed a system above 2, even if we're spread over 3. system, and we are the biggest production hub in all of Catch. So already you can see that our as an industrial group, WOMP is actually we do produce significantly. Catch is not a very busy region currently, but still it's kind of fun. And if you add all those three together, well, we're clearly a powerful production force in the area. And now that we have our market hub, the idea that what we want to do is to actually be we're at a good place here because Wrecking Crew is in Providence, Catch, and they're pushing in Tenerife. So we're kind of at the middle of the road. We are in a good place to ensure that we can supply our brave soldier on the front with goods locally. If they need ammo, they need missile, they need ship, they need replacement. Our goal is to capitalize on that market hub and have a way for both our guys to produce and have people that can use what we produce on the front line. So that's perfect setup for us as an industrial corp. We're pretty happy and of the way it's turning out right now. What else? Okay, market hub I talked about. Fort. That's pretty much it on the industrial part. So where we are right now, I had this on the ADM before. As you can see, we're doing a pretty good job of keeping our ADM up through mining, through ratting. We do both of those, and we have the right amount of space and even room to grow where we are. We have our system upgraded. We now have every type of module running in the pocket. So that's the 3 types of reaction module, production, market hub. We got everything, every type of station module running in our little pocket. So that's a pretty good setup. Now what we want to do looking forward is to add some rigs, because we are not finishing our rig setup to get the bonus for everything. We are efficient in fuel, we are efficient in structure, which is the same as fuel. We have rigs for refining, we have got rigs for reactions. We have some rigs for production, but we need to be working on our production rigs. So that's what we're going to do moving forward. And now that we have our first large structure, which was the Fortizar, there's 2 more on our to-do list. The next one will probably be in Asbel. And in the end, we want to go with the Tatara. The Tatara would be interesting, especially now that you're going to have compression. But the amount of reaction and production that we do concentrated in one station would probably make the index go through the roof, and we got a good setup right now with our Athanors. So probably that the Tatara is going to wait last. What we want is to be in a situation where we can, even though I did analyze and it's still not cost effective to produce cap at this point, when scarcity ends, price might adjust and it might become profitable again. So we want to be ready for that. So that's why we're looking at an Asbel. So that's pretty much it on our roadmap. Add more rigs and add the capacity to produce capital, which is where we want to go. And then down the line, maybe one day keep in a Sotoyo, but that's way in the future. So that's pretty much it for the corp. Tanak, I'm working on jump drive calibration, both for jump freighter and cap. I did get my T2 gas harvester ready, just to be able to start doing a little more production. But to be honest, this year personally, I've been running as an industrial corp, but I haven't been personally doing a lot of industry myself. I'm more looking at the setup, looking where we're going to place the rig. I understand the production supply chain, so I know how to set up a good production supply chain. But I myself don't depend. I don't do that much production in game anymore. I play more as an alliance CEO, which is fine by me. I mean, I like what I do in game, so that's cool too. So my personal goal, as I said before, at this point, what I want is to be more involved as a CEO. I think that where I can be most beneficial for the alliance is to actually help on the PR, the recruiting side, the diplo side. Where we are at a point where we have achieved a lot of stuff on like the economic level. We've rebuilt what we needed on the economic level. What we need is to rebuild where we were in terms of active pilot. So that's gonna be mostly my focus for the next few weeks, is try to expand our pilot base to make sure that because we got a real good setup where we are, so we could accommodate at least double our number in the space we're at. We don't have any view to expand outside. We would like to be a better contributor to our coalition by sending more pilot. We will be good contributor with our industrial capacity, but again, more people means more of that too. So at that point, the game becomes a number game a little bit, and you want to work on your manpower, because that's the biggest asset an alliance can have. You have people that enjoy playing, that like your alliance culture, that wants to be in game playing with everybody, that will want to participate in alliance activity. That's the real strength of any group in this game, is that. And that's what we want to work. I mean, we have something good. We survived some very rough spot, and we're looking at going building on what we already have, and building even stronger and bigger than what we were before. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I was rambling a little bit at the end, but still was a pretty good week, and I'll leave you with the nice view of our little Fortizar that we are super happy to have built ourselves. So hope you guys enjoy, and see you next week. Bye bye.